All right, everybody. Welcome to the Career Connect. Why do companies use screening software on your resume? I'm your host, John Korusek. I'm the business services from the City of Richmond Office of Community Wealth Building. My email is john.korusek@richmondgov, all one word, .com. john.korusek@richmondgov.com. Please mute your lines. To unmute, if you're on the phone, you hit *6. And if you're on the computer, move your cursor to see the taskbar, and then you can click unmute. So those give you the examples there. But let's wait near to the end of each section. I'll have 2 times for questions and comments, one at the end of the main discussion and one at the end of the employer opening discussion. When you see the questions, comments slide, that's when you can make questions and comments. This presentation is a portion taken from a larger presentation created while working for the federal workforce called Robot Resume to Beat the ATS System. So we'll take a look at a resume from a robot's perspective for the automatic tracking software, or which most human resources refer to as screening software. As I said, I'm John Korusek, also known as DJ Johnny Bravo. I have 10 years in workforce development. I've taught workshops on networking, robot resume, social media, emergency workforce strategies, and targeting recruitment. I have conducted 275 recruitment events with 275 companies in the south side of Richmond with the Office of Community Wealth Building at 2 career stations at Southside and Huguenot Community Centers. So why do recruiters, HR, and HR managers use ATS or screening software? ATS kills 75% of job seekers' chances of landing an interview. And a job seeker's only hope understand how these systems work. Applicant tracking software or screening software, what it does is it scans resumes and online profiles for keywords and key phrases, scoring them for relevance. Yes, they're scoring your resume, your online profile, your application for the job that you want. You're taking a test. And they're sending the most qualified ones to HR. These guys right here, H&R. Most HRs have less than 2. Most HRs, or most people assume that since it's a department, they have a team of HR professionals following up with you in the application process by phone, by email, by Skype, by FaceTime, by whatever. In reality, most companies, their HR department is just one person. And this one person only has so much time to plan, to hire, to follow up. So that's when the applicant tracking software or screening software, one person in that department assists with all of that. Why do companies use screening software? Because another reason, most resumes are irrelevant, underprepared, or weak. Most resumes are irrelevant, underprepared, or weak. As we talked about last week, there are 3 types of resumes. You start off with your blank sheet. You could do a chronological resume. This one is the most liked by HR. You could do a functional resume. This one is more best suited for one targeted industry. Or you could do a hybrid combination of the chronological and functional, again, best suited for one targeted industry. 90 to 95% of larger companies use some form of screening software, including all of the Fortune 500 companies, with only 50% of smaller companies using screening software. Since 95% of larger companies use some form of screening software, including all Fortune 500 companies, and with 50% of smaller companies using screening software, to avoid the ATS, you want to apply to smaller companies. And this is what we used to tell people. Some companies might still have paper applications, no websites, and no automatic tracking system or scanning software. But that option may be fading away due to this crisis and social distancing. More smaller companies may be forced to work remotely, hire remotely, and have their application process done remotely. Why screening software? Because screening software saves the company time. It saves the company money. Recruiters only spend about 6 seconds on your resume. Yeah, you heard me right, 6 seconds on your resume. Whether on paper resumes or online profiles, recruiters spend 6 seconds on that resume or online profile. The Ladders did a study on resumes. They put a heat sensor on human service professional to see where their eyes landed on the resume for 6 seconds. As you can see with the before and the after, HR spent more time when the resume had, like per our discussion last week, a defined professional summary, outlining the resume for your audience, a small section for skill sets or core competencies for your mastered set of skills, no more than 3 to 5 bullet points per job, a good use of white space and short bursts of information, and also bold and distinguished job titles. That heat source signature also proved to look at online profiles and social media. You want to use those as well for white space, strong headings, and short bursts of information. The heat signature reviewed the before, 7 views in 6 seconds, whereas the after, there was 10 views in 6 seconds. More likely to pick that person for an interview. Why screening software? Because it saves a company time. What used to take weeks now only takes 1 day. With the advancement of technology, HR can do most items virtually. Even before this time that we're in, applications have been online. Online profiles can be set up on your own computer. Interviews can be done by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and other ways, saving a company and you time. Why screening software? Saves a company time, saves a company money. Saves a company money. This is the number one thing besides time. It saves a company money because it costs $3,500 to hire one new employee. Let's take a look at a breakdown of that hire. Here's a breakdown of recruiting costs to hire an employee. You're looking at advertising. You're looking at an HR salary staff. You're looking at an interview hiring staff. That's why most companies only have maybe that one HR person. You're looking at productivity losses for that entry level, that mid-level, that executive level that's sitting in the office for a day, a week, 3 days. So a total for a week is anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. And the average cost to hire an employee externally is almost $5,000. Internally, it's almost $8,000. This is to make sure the company gets the right candidate. So the investment in you starts with the online profile, the application process, the interview, the second interview, the third interview, the new hire paperwork, etc. The company starts their investment in you. They start putting money up for you, and you haven't even made your first paycheck. Why screening software? The average company receives anywhere from 15 to 40,000 resumes a month. That's yours there in the middle. While the largest company receives over 1 million resumes a month. Let's take a look at some examples. Yahoo gets 12,000 resumes a week. Yahoo at the time of this PowerPoint had only 12,000 employees. So for every job we had at Yahoo, we get a resume each week. Marissa Mayer, the Yahoo CEO. That is a lot of resumes. Google gets 75,000 resumes a week. Everybody wants to work at Google. The population of Mountain View, California, where Google is located, is only 70,000 people. Google gets 5,000 more resumes than the population of the area where Google is located. It's a lot of resumes. Starbucks gets 7.6 million job applications. 65,000 job openings. It's a lot of coffee, and that's a lot of online profiles, resumes attached. So now you can start to see why companies use screening software on your resume. One of the biggest screening softwares is Connexia. You might see the name of the screening software at the bottom of the computer screen when you're on the online profile or application process for that company. Connexia has some big clients too: Walmart, GE, and Starbucks. Here's a top 11 applicant tracking system. You might see these at the bottom of the screen when you're applying, like iSims, Greenhouse, Harrell, Bullhorn, Big Baller, Hiring Thing, Bamboo, Mindscope, Compass, the Application Manager, and Connexia. So you might be wondering what an HR sees. An HR recruiter, once the online profile and resume and application is finished, this is what a snapshot of a recruiter will see in the applicant tracking software. When they pull up your resume, you can see here on the left highlighted missing keywords from the resume. You can see partial keywords that were found on the resume. You can see no match keywords. You can see spelling errors. You can see the highlighted position. You can see where they're scoring the applicant for the hire. The higher you score, the better shot you have at an interview. And that's what your resume and your online profile is meant to do. Here's an example of the applicant tracking system showing a lot of applicant status, breaking down the steps in the process. You can see where applicants were matched to the position, contacted by email, contacted by phone, contacted for an interview. No one below 66% met the criteria or did not qualify for the position. You can see some were contacted, one was scheduled for an interview. So out of about 10 people or more there, one was scheduled for an interview. And they say about 25 will go through out of 100, starting with 1,000 people that started with the job. So you'll get 1 person to 4 for an interview. So that is meeting that criteria there. So I do want you to land the right kind of interview. I want you to utilize technology, start online, take your time, and get hired. Next week, we'll discuss online profiles, and Randstad will be here, their site managers, to discuss open positions with Randstad. I'm going to open up for questions. Please unmute your lines. To unmute, you hit *6 if you're on your phone. If you're on your computer, move the cursor to see the taskbar and then click unmute. Any questions out there? Any comments?
I clicked the wrong one.
Questions or comments?
No.
All right, we're going to move on then. Last call. Questions or comments?
Good job.
Thank you. We're going to go over some open positions for you guys. We started these on 3/17 when the crisis started, and they've gone through today. So get ready to take a picture if you're not already using your phone and you can see the presentation. If you can't see the presentation, then you can get your career advisor to help you sign up. But we want you to sign up and take a picture of that barcode with your phone and go ahead to the website and get signed up for the Office of Community Wealth Building texting, where you can get the latest information on jobs, view webinars, and other important information. Here's some steps to apply for the jobs that I'm going to be going over. Go to the company website, complete the online profile, complete the online application, the online assessment or survey. Once all that has been completed 100%, contact your career advisor with an email, your name, the company you applied for, the company position, and a copy of your resume. They'll forward it to your business team member, and they will forward it to the employer. So here's some jobs that we've verified. Aldi's is looking for 4 positions. You can go to that website there. This would be a good time to take a picture of this slide, or it's included on the presentation. Amada is looking for CNAs. You can text Amada Jobs at 97211. Compass Group is still looking for floor techs at $12 an hour. Boyd's going to have a virtual session with them on 4/15. So look for that. CVS is also looking for customer service representatives, pharmacy technicians, retail store associates. Fastmart has career cashiers and stockers at 8 to 10, and assistant store managers and managers from anywhere from 33 to 39. I'm going to go to the next slide. Food Line, their warehouse in Disputana, has warehouse selectors starting in 6:30 or 7:30 p.m. start, anywhere from $13 to $17. G Leaf is looking for cultivation laborers, contract, handyman, office security. Email, make sure you email your resume with what position you're applying for, a little email about why you're applying for the position. If you need assistance with this, make sure you contact your career advisor. Health Force is hiring for CNAs, LPNs, RNs. There'll be a virtual session Thursday with Lori. Integrity Staffing is looking for 3 positions. They're hiring for Amazon. Kroger is looking for positions on 7000 Tim Price Way. So you can send that information to your career advisor and then get it to the business team. I'm going to go to the next slide. Lowe's is looking for a bunch of positions. Boyd had a virtual session with them today. So if you apply for Lowe's, make sure you let your career advisor know. They'll let Boyd or myself or Lori know when we get to Lowe's. Publix has a lot of positions. We had a virtual session on 4/1 with Surge. They're looking for warehouse workers at $10 an hour. Still been sending folks to Walmart on Sheila Lane. They've got cashiers, $11, stockers at $11. So make sure you get that information to myself, to your career advisor, or to Sandy Smith. Wegmans is looking for some folks at their Midlothian store. And I'm going to go to the next slide. And this is the last for the slide on the jobs. Cephas Next is looking for folks. Make sure you meet these qualifications. OSHA 10, power tools, heavy equipment, $15 an hour. You can email Lori. Coca-Cola Consolidated is looking for 3 positions. Randstad, who I said will be on the call next week doing a virtual session, they're looking for folks for production workers in Sanston. You can text Jessica. And Workforce Solutions is looking for folks, and they had a real need last week for construction folks. Boyd sent that out. Way to apply it again is go to company website, online profile, complete that, the online application, the online assessment survey if they have one. Once you complete that 100%, contact your career advisor, email your name, company position, company applied for, and a copy of your resume. They'll get it to the business person. Any questions or comments? Don't forget to unmute your line at *6 if you got it on your phone, or move the cursor over the taskbar. Any questions or comments on the jobs that we just went over? Your career advisors will have a listing of those, and I've also included a listing on this presentation. Any questions or comments? All right, we've got 2 more slides and then we'll be out. Some of these sessions, like today's session, will be recorded and made available to you. We're trying to get them on the OCWB YouTube page, or you can contact your career advisor to ask for a copy, and I can share them with your career advisor and they can get it to you. A look ahead to more Office of Community Wealth Building virtual workshops. Friday, we have a holiday for Good Friday, but tomorrow we have SMART goals and community resources on Thursday. Those morning sessions start at 10:15. And then our afternoon sessions start at 2:15. We have networking during COVID and Health Force of Virginia, like I said, with Lori Payne. Here's the business team. Couldn't do this without those guys and Lori. We have 3 business people. Usually that's where we're located, but through this crisis, we are closed to the public. So just keep that in mind. You can use our phone or our email to get in contact with us. Any questions or?
Thank you, Johnny. That was very nice.
Oh, no problem. Hope you guys got something out of it today.
It was good.
Well, good.
Mhm.
Great job, John.